What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we got another cool one from our G.I. Joe astronaut collection section. We bring you all the way from 1999, the G.I. Joe Classic Collection. Colonel Buzz Aldrin. And this is from the 35-year anniversary assortment. And this was a super cool G.I. Joe that I absolutely had to have. I believe in 1999, the G.I. Joe Classic Collection, the G.I. Joe convention was being held in Washington, D.C., if I'm not mistaken. And Buzz Aldrin was signing autographs and greeting fellow collectors and G.I. Joe fans. And he was signing these G.I. Joes with his likeness. And some lucky convention goers were able to get, let's put him down here, we're able to get Buzz Aldrin's autograph on their G.I. Joe, their Buzz Aldrin G.I. Joe on the box. So, which was super cool. This was a beautiful figure with just a few flaws to it. And what I mean by that is I think they could have done a better job, which they would go on to do a better job in future productions of the G.I. Joe astronauts with some of their equipment. And this is one. This is a glove, but it's not, as you can see, it's not all the way on his hand. It was just molded to fit, snap on the front of the hand. I thought they could have done a better job with that. Some people complained that the helmet was too big. I didn't have a problem with that. As you can see, these guys, you know how I feel about the rubber bands. I didn't have a problem with that. The only issue I had with this figure was the gloves. Boots were good. Equipment was excellent. But this is 1999, and then once again we talked about the charm of some of these beautiful figures, and their time periods of what was being produced and manufactured back then. So in 1999, this is what was being manufactured. This was the idea, the scope of how to approach making certain accessories and certain lines of equipment for these beautiful figures. So I didn't have a huge issue with that. This was a deluxe scale figure. He sold for about $29.99. So tax brought him well over $30. So he wasn't a cheap figure. See the space cap he has around his head there. Two mouthpieces there. Communications pieces. Beautiful patches. There's his name. There's a NASA patch. He's got all of his connectors and hoses. These the material that they used for this space suit, for whatever reason, and I've seen this on pretty much every Buzz Aldrin figure I've seen from fellow collectors that own this guy, parts of this suit would become discolored. Like you see, this is very white, and this section right up here near the neck area is kind of off-white. But it started off fairly white, and I guess that's just over time. Whatever the material that was used kind of did that. It's a beautiful, beautiful suit. You see, it's got his pocket here. Another pocket right there. Helmet. Came with his fair share of equipment. I'll set him back up here. he came with his fair share of equipment. But like I said, this was a hit or miss type figure back in 1999 with some of the collectors. Some of the collectors simply weren't happy at all with this figure. They felt that Hasbro could have done a much better job, and before putting this figure out. But you as a collector, it's always going to be hit or miss, because as consumers, we're forced to kind of buy what's out there. So I mean, you like it, you buy it. You don't, you don't. You don't have to buy it. But this is the product that was out in 1999. I think they got a great head sculpt. You can see he has his dog tags down there, and I just think they got the head sculpt right. Like I said, there's some flaws to this figure, but not a lot. Not a lot. And I was fine with that. Let's turn this guy around. Here's, I'll get you a blown out look at the back of the box here. They have just a ton of information on the moon landing and all of that great information on Buzz Aldrin himself. There's a beautiful photo that was taken from the archives that Hasbro did a lot of research on. So just beautifully done. Let's get you a year. 1999. Guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to the M.I.B. Master Museum channel. Join the fun. Join the family. Like and subscribe. This is what we do all day. Like I said, I got some time off. I'm just relaxing here in my museum, and so let's get some reviews in. Let's do some videos. Let's have some fun. And that's the game plan. We're going to have a lot of fun today. And we wanted to start the day off by bringing you our Buzz Aldrin G.I. Joe, all the way from 1999. I love the helmet. You see it's got that different tint to the visor, which I thought was really clever. Beautifully done. It's this backpack here. The air connectors there. Just a fun figure. You can still find this guy. I would always say try Coswell Collectibles first and foremost, and then I would say eBay. This guy has maintained his collectability. I wouldn't go any higher than maybe $50 for this guy, and that's just my professional opinion, because believe it or not, he's not super rare. You can still find him, and I don't want, because when you do it on eBay, eBay, you can get caught up into bidding wars or the buy it now type situation. I do more buy it now on eBay, because I just don't like I don't like bidding. But our Buzz Aldrin was purchased all the way back in 1999 from Toys R Us. So I don't really have an issue with a lot of my Joes, because I bought the majority of my G.I. Joes from, back when they were first manufactured and they came out of stores. But for the most part, eBay, Coswell Collectibles, those are your best bets. But just watch the high prices that are being placed on some of these beautiful figures. But anything's worth it. But if you have to have it for your collection, if you absolutely positively have to have this figure, I would always say maintain a level of patience, and a sense of reserve, because it's very easy to get caught up in the moment because you don't have a figure, or you don't think a particular figure is going to be around. If you decide to pass on it. But I would say definitely just, use better judgment. And that's what I do. I just recently saw a figure set on Coswell Collectibles that I've been looking for, oh my goodness, for the last 15 years. And I had to do my due diligence and research before I decided to make the purchase because it was extremely expensive. But I waited on it and waited on it because I wanted the right condition, I wanted the right price, and I had to feel good about the purchase. So we're here at the museum. We're here to entertain you guys with these beautiful figures and artifacts and relics. But at the same time, we're here to offer some education as well and kind of be helpful in that department, especially with the new collectors. So if you don't understand something, leave a comment in the comment section right underneath this video or any one of our videos, and we'll definitely offer our opinion and our knowledge. I've been collecting for close to 25 years, and it's just been a blast. So we don't mind at all at pointing things out and helping people out, especially the younger collectors that are coming up, because that's what makes this hobby so cool. Guys, we hope you enjoyed our video today on Buzz Aldrin, our G.I. Joe classic collection from 1999. We have more fun on the way. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.